Hello everyone, I'm Big Cat. This lesson will introduce you the game framework gameplay provided by Unreal Engine. Framework relationships. A game is made of a game model and a game state. Human players join the game associated with player controllers. These player controllers allow players to possess pawns in the game to have physical representations in the level. Player controller also give players input controls, a head-up display or HUD, and a player camera manager for handling camera views. From the window menu, click on World Settings. Here you can set up the game model and other objects. The base rules of the game should be stored in game model. The game model object exists only on the server and usually stores information about the game that the client does not need to know explicitly. For example, in our game, an airdrop is replenished now and then. The logic for deciding when to time the drop, calculating the drop's location, and generating the drop's content should be written in the game mode. The client doesn't care how the content is generated and just notifies the client when the server is done calculated. Game state stores information about the entire game. Game state exists on both server and clients, so the server can use copy variables on game state to keep all clients up to date with the latest game data. For example, in our game, the current status of the number of players remaining, safe zone information, etc. should be stored in the game state. Pawn is the physical symbol of the player in the world. What exactly is pawn? Let's run the project and see. Find the default pawn in the world outline. As you can see in the details panel, this default pawn has a move component. There is also a collision component. You can move with the W, S, A, and D keys. The collision effect will occur when you hit an object. In our game, the player character is required to be shown humanoid characteristics. Use the character object instanced of pawn. Create a character. Character inherits from the pawn object. The character object has a character movement component by default, which allows walking, running, jumping, flying, and swimming around the scenes. There is also a capsule component, which represents the physical size of the character. There is also a skeletal model component, which shows the character skeletal model and allows for the skeletal's advanced animation. Delete the blueprint. The player controller is used to control the behavior of the character. The user input is processed in the player controller, and the commands are then sent to pawn. The player controller is always present in the game. The HUD refers to the status and the information overlaid on the screen during gameplay. The purpose of the HUD is to inform the player of the game's current state. The score there has the amount of time remaining. That is for this lesson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next session.